Very first, we need to know what is verbal language. We know very well. Whenever something comes in our mind, and we want to say something, we want to speak something, we want to sing, or we want to express our feelings, emotions, or we want to scold somebody, right? So that moment we can speak, we can open our mouth and we can speak, we can produce sound and others can listen. So that's called the direct communication or verbal communication. Okay, this everyone speaks, everybody uses verbal communication. And if you talk about some other people, those who are not showing themselves publicly, we can take the example of radio jockeys, radio's channel, right? So they do not appear, they only speak. They have some expressions, extra expressions and reactions, and they also can change their tone. So by changing their tone, they can express their words, they can convey the messages, and the world understand them easily. And they become the fan of these kind of people because they have different kind of qualities. They have quality of speaking, they have quality of producing different kind of tone, and their way of speaking is also awesome, beautiful. They can fascinate the people. So we can have also this kind of skills. If we have this kind of skills, so we can also be called as a talkative person, as a extrovert person, and we can also enchant the people. We can also become the center point of any kind of conversations. Suppose you are very much talkative, you speak a lot, right? And others, they are just listening, they can come to you and they will start listening you. So that's also a kind of skill. And everybody should improve the nature of extrovert. Extrovert nature, that's very important. Many people, they are introvert, they don't speak, they are silent, right? Sometimes they express themselves by their gesture and posture. Gesture generally, right, by moving their head or hand movement. Okay, so that's all about the verbal communication. Verbal communication is usually straightforward. You open your mouth and say what you want to say. So moving to the next slide. Is it clear? Verbal communication, everybody knows about verbal communication. And almost people, they know body language as well, non-verbal language. The non-verbal language, when our body movements, when our body that also moves itself naturally along with our sound and voice. So that's called the body language. I'm trying to explain something, and along with that, my hand movements, it also moving. My head is also trying to explain something, trying to share something, some messages, some important messages, so that audience, public, or my friends, they can understand what exactly I want to say, what is in my mind. Sometimes something is running in your mind, but you are speaking, which is different. So that moment, sometimes people are confused. Okay, and how you can get this kind of moments? Very first, you need to be very good speaker or extrovert, or you need to speak a lot. How much you speak is all the time. Try to speak. Try to speak to your friends, your family members, small kids, everybody. Just pick any topic or anything and start speaking. Start creating some amusement. Start having some fun or some serious topic. Just have healthy discussion. How much you speak, that much you would be learning the body language, your facial expressions, your hand movements, your heads. There isn't any kind of things, any subject or any material that can teach you how to show your expressions through your body, how to show your gestures, right? These things are natural. Yeah, there are some certain things, if you don't have, if you lack this kind of body language, but you want to learn something, you feel that I don't have confidence, I'm not able to speak more, I feel hesitation, I'm hesitant person. You know this thing very well, and people are speaking, ideas are also coming in your mind, but you are silent, you are listening. You feel that if someone says you, then you will speak. Okay, you always wait for your chance, but sometime the host or the speaker or the main person does not pay attention on you. All right, and you are silent and your chances missed, which is important for you, which was supposed to be important for you, but you missed. If you don't have this kind of nature, if you're not reserved, if you're not introvert, you are extrovert, you will speak louder, or you would raise your hand and you would start speaking. Okay, because you are habitual of speaking. Those who are habitual of speaking, they raise their hand and they speak. Or if they don't get chance, they interrupt the entire conversation. They interrupt, they disturb the entire conversation, and they want that public should listen them. So in this way, they steal the chance of speaking. Okay, you might have experienced this thing in our meetings. I'm speaking and somebody is speaking, and suddenly one person starts speaking in the mid. Right, so we have to listen that guy. We have to listen. We need to pay attention on that guy. Okay, because he has some extra quality. That's also quality. That's, yeah. Sometimes it can be said as a misbehave, because here we are talking about something which is important. Okay, two people are talking, but another person, he came and he disturbed the entire conversation. That can be said as a misbehavior, right? But if you talk about other sides, for the learners, it can be good. Okay, but we can tell to him, do not do this thing next time, right? If you want to say something, if you want to speak something, just raise your hand. We will pay attention on you and we would give a chance to you. And that moment you could speak. All right. So this is the importance of body language. And why I'm talking about these things, because if you're a speaker, if you speak a lot, if you have extrovert nature, you can get the quality of leadership. You know, these days, leadership is very important. Leading the people, okay? Having the attention of the audience. You just see in all over the world, only one career is there, which is running successfully, that is leadership. Okay, it's leaders, they are becoming rich, popular, they are making their career, even they have the power, they are not highly educated, but they have a skill of leading the audience. The entire world is led by these leaders. Only few leaders, you can count these people in your fingers, 5, 6, 10 or 20 or 50 people from your country. Okay, only 50 people, they are managing the entire world. They are not highly educated, but they have the skill of leading. So that's why this body language and your extrovert nature, communication skill, we can take that. In my country, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, right? He is not highly educated person, but he speaks a lot. Okay, he speaks many times, he does many mistakes, but even he speaks. It's anything on, you just any topic, just start speaking. Exactly. And the world and the Indian, they are fan of him. This whatever the work is doing, that's a different thing. But I'm talking about the leadership, that he really has this skill. And the moment he entered in politics, he won all the elections. He never ever failed in his life. Continuous around more than 25 years, or from 25 years, he has been winning all the elections continuously because of his communication skill, and that's it. Doesn't have any kind of extra qualification. It's not highly educated, but he wins. He's winner just because of his communication skill. So communication skill, body language, sound, this is very important. This can be said as your asset. If you don't have money, if you have nothing, if you have good communication skill, you have good body language, you can win the world. So this is the importance of body language and communication skill. So now we are moving to the next slide. So but all things are important. I've written some points here about body language. Facial expressions, as you know very well, the facial expressions, which is very important. So what all the points we have in the facial expressions? The first point is smile. All right. So how we smile, whom we smile. So whenever we feel that we should smile, that moment we should smile, and we should have some smiley face whenever we meet to stranger or with our friends or other people. we should have a smiling face. You should. Why I'm talking about the smiling face? Because if you are smiling, so that means you are giving importance to someone. If you are smiling, so definitely other would pay attention on you, and he or she can talk to you, or he or she can remember you, that you are a good person, you're a nice person. If you're not smiling, you're not showing any kind of expressions, you're just silent, just making a like a face, there isn't any kind of expressions like that. So people will watch you and they would go ahead. That's it. They'll not stop for you. And if you have some smiling sense, so you will also say, yeah, good, nice. So this is the importance of smiling. The same manner, frowning. Frowning is also kind of expressions. Generally, whenever we see something, whenever we listen something, so we just frown, like in that way we show our expressions. Okay, some surprise. So that one, the same manner, wrinkles. So many people, they have some wrinkles. They are not well. They have some hesitation. So that moment they get some wrinkles. Okay, is there anyone who wants to say something? I was just listening some voice. Is there any person who is talkative? Hassan Hussaini. Do you want to say something? Hassan. Okay, no one? All right. So moving to the topic. Okay, so far, is there anything do you want to ask? Do you want to share? Up till now, from these 2 pages, is there anything you understood something, or if you have something in your mind just running, any questions you want to share with me, you can share. Anything? No? You can raise your hand. Okay, if you feel that you have some doubts, you have some question, or you have some idea about this topic, or anything what I'm speaking, if you get any idea, just raise your hand. I would give you a chance, and you can share with us, right? Because the idea which I have, I'm telling from my own side, whatever I have experienced, whatever I have read, whatever I have seen, I'm telling. But you have also some different kind of experience. You have experienced some different things from me, so you can also share those things here, and we can club the entire area. All right. Okay. So now moving to the next part. So I was talking about the smiling, frowning, wrinkles, and line on forehead. So many times you have seen that people, those who are tensed, almost time they are tensed, they don't have smiley face, or they are anxious, or sometimes they are not anxious, they are very, very jovial. So they get some lining on their forehead. In the same manner, dimples, that's called the natural smiley face. Many girls, many boys, they have dimples. So that dimples that fascinate the audience, everyone, that becomes the identity of that guy, that girl, or that boy. Like we just talk about, okay, that guy, he has dimples on his cheeks. It looks so cute, it looks so beautiful whenever he speaks, whenever he smiles, whenever he shows some expressions. So that can be said as a bonus point of your facial expressions. So that's about the facial expressions. And apart from these things, we have some other things. Whenever you become anger, whenever you have some different kind of expression, where you are anxious or you're worried. So we have some different kind of facial expressions. Generally, we show all these things. Okay, the next point is gesture. It tells the movement of body parts. Gestures means our hand movements, our head. Whenever we need to reply, so that moment we just reply in just in that manner. If we don't agree with any kind of suggestions, so that moment we express in that manner. Okay, we just know we can give the negative answer in that way. Means we just do in that way, right? So pointing, we point somebody or someone by fingering, by pointing by the index finger. We use index finger. Nodding is shaking your head. Waving, when we are waving something, we are trying to have attention of somebody, or we are waving to our friends or other people. In the same manner, figures, sometimes we just try to make some figures by our fingers. Like we just show this kind of expressions, okay? And we show this kind of expressions. Some other expressions we have, like thumb up and thumb down, or like this, right? So these are some figures. by which we show our expressions. It has some messages. You must be knowing about these kind of messages by showing the figures. Then reactions. We have also different kind of way of showing the reactions. If somebody is asking something that, have you taken dinner? So if you have taken, then you would say yes. And if you are unwillingly say, you would say yes, right? And if you are saying with excitement, you would speak louder, yes, like that manner. So that's way of reacting, how you react. Or in the same manner, you can also react negative answer. Then shaking your body, shaking your heads, then raising hands. So these are the part of the gestures. So I've applied some pictures over here. You can watch. These are some professionals. You can understand by these pictures how you can improve your hand movements, gestures, and sometimes it's speakers. Those who are famous speaker, they also just open their both hands and they show their expressions by which, because they want to convey some messages. All right. So that's all about the gestures. Let's move into the next slide. Paralanguage, that's called as a tone of voice. This is how, what kind of tone you have. All right. This sometime, if somebody is watching you and continuous, he's smiling on you, he's smiling on you, and that means something is running on his mind, or is not smiling, or he has some different expressions. So you can understand, you can judge the facial expressions. What is running? Is there something fishy? Definitely there must be something which is fishy. Okay. So, and when people speak, so by the tone, you can understand that, yeah, what he's talking about. There is something which is wrong. By the tone, you can understand. If tone is good, it's beautiful, it's melodious, then you can understand, yeah, everything is normal. If tone is not good, he's asking something or is trying to explain something, expressing his feelings. So by the tone, you can understand the person is telling lie or is telling the truth. So how you can understand? It's only by the experience only. This how many people you have met in your entire life, you can understand by the tone only. By the tone, you can understand that is this the guy? Is that the guy is good for me or it's bad for me? In the same manner, we have got the inflections and intonations. These ups and downs. Have explained what is intonation and what is inflections. These ups and downs, when we are louder and sometimes we are softer, because we are conveying our messages. We have some rules and regulations of intonation that I have already uploaded one video of intonation in our YouTube. You can watch that video, and those who have joined my previous sessions, they must be knowing about the intonation. In the same manner, pitch. Pitch means, I'll tell you what is pitch. Pitch means how much your voice is shrill, how much your voice is clear, crisp, and crystal. And more about, if you talk about the pitch, when you are given any kind of script. Okay, suppose you have seen the people who are working in a call center or any industry or any place, their communication is important. It's where you have to speak all the time to clients, to the customers, right? So you are given a script. That script is also called as a pitch. This you have to give a pitch. So that means you have to read the script with proper intonation, with proper inflections, proper ups and downs, so that customers, clients, they are over the phone. So they must understand what you want to explain, what you want to share, what you want to speak. Okay? So that's about the tone, inflections, pitch, and intonations. Tone means, you know very well, when we are in the angry mode, when we are in happy mode, when we are anxious, or when we are normal. So our tone is different in different kind of mode. When we are average, so our tone is different. Okay. Now, so more about our tone: rising movement, falling movement, and neutral. Okay. So these few points we have. Okay, yeah. So rising movement, first of all. So when rising movements means whenever we accept something, whenever we are excited, right? So we show our approval. We show with enthusiasm, enthusiastically. Rising, that's called the rising movements. We are excited. We are showing our energy, and we are happy whatever we are listening, whatever we are watching. Okay, this whenever we meet somebody and or someone else has given any kind of proposal in front of you, and you are agreed with that thing, so you become happy and you show all the approval by the facial expressions, and you also become excitement, or you get any kind of job, somebody is just praising you, or you have done some extra work or something that can be said as a the work that's called the bravo. Okay, somebody's just patting on your back and saying bravo, well done, you have done great job. So that moment you show some expressions by your approval, by the excitement, by the enthusiasm. So that's called the rising moment. The same manner, falling moments, so disapproval, lack of interest. If somebody's showing some offer and giving some offer to you that would you like to go with me somewhere or some kind of places, right? So if you have lack of interest, you are not interested going, or you don't want to move to that guy with that guy, so just show your disapproval. All right, and you would be very much silent. Okay, the silent means you're not approving, you're not giving the answer. All right, or you're just like that, you just show in that manner, you're not interested, you don't want to speak, but you show the negative answer by your facial expressions. In the same manner, neutral, ignorant, ignorance, average, or so-so. So-so means not good, not bad. Miss average. There isn't miss, okay, I can go or I cannot go. That depends. There isn't any kind of answer from your side. You can do that work or you cannot. You're not confused, but you just wait for some more time, some good time, some other chances, that maybe some opportunities. So that moment you would show your approval or disapproval. So that's all about the rising moment, falling moment, and neutral.
Good morning. Good morning,
Hello,
everybody.
Luis. Hello, Luis Salinas. How are you?
I just woke up.
All right. So,
Sorry.
Luis, just stay tuned with us. We are talking about body language. All right. So, we'll be having more discussion with all the people. If you have something in your mind, you can share with us. You can add your ideas. All right. So, I just request you, please listen us. If you have something in your mind, you can raise your hand and I would reach you. Okay.
That's okay.
So now moving to the next point, eye contact.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get it.
Yeah, what do you say?
I didn't understand, sorry.
You didn't understand. So I think this we are discussing the topic that is body language, a non-verbal language. Okay?
Okay.
Right? So just stay tuned with us. Watch what's going on. You're a bit late, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
Moving to the next part. Eye contact. Okay, eye contact means whenever you talk to someone, so sometimes you watch that guy, or sometimes you don't watch, or you just watch some other things. You miss somebody's trying to say something, and you are watching the mobile phone, or you are watching something different. So that means that's showing that you're not interested listening that guy. You're not interested on that person, what is talking about. So that's called the negligence of your expressions. You're neglecting that guy. So we have got some points: looking, winking, ogling, staring, gazing, and blinking. Eye contact, that's a range of emotions with interest, hostility, attractions. Okay. Eye contact, that's also called as a love, right? Love or disapproval or ignorance. So these few points we can add on eye contact. And here we are not talking about speaking publicly. Here we are talking about speaking personally. Okay, so actually there are some social or personal or intimate distance, and we make eye contact according to that. Like if you talk about intimate distance when we are very close to someone, right? So we need to make a distance of 6 to 18 inches. We are very much good friends, close friends. So 6 to 8 inches, we make a distance, and then we share something. we talk something, or we whisper, when we express our feelings. That's called the intimate distance. In the same manner, we have got personal distance. Personal distance, we are friends. We make some more differences, distance around 1.5 feet to 4 feet. We are friends, normal friends, casual friends. We make a distance of 1.5 to 4 feet. Okay, so you need to just check here. So when you're having intimate relationship or intimate distance, so how you make eye contact with that guy? Okay, miss, he's very much close to you. You cannot watch, or you can watch, but you just listen that guy carefully. Okay, what is talking about, whatever he's trying to express. And when you have the personal distance means your casual friends. We are very far. It's 2 feet distance or 4 feet or 1.5 feet. So we just sometimes we watch, or some means we also listen or watch also carefully. These both the things are important. You're watching, your eye contact, and you're listening. Both the things are important. And when you have some other social distance, as we know very well, we have listened this word, the pandemic as social distance. So the distance of this social distance is 4 feet to 12 feet. This around 4 or 5 people are there, and we are talking, or some other people, other person, or a stranger that can be said as it, right? So we make a more distance, 4 feet. That starts from 4 feet to 12 feet, and then we speak. So we need to make eye contact. So what is in our mind? What is our intention? So that depends upon the intention and what is in your mind to make eye contact in that manner. Right? And when you are speaking publicly, this lot of audience is there, a lot of people are there, and you are the one who's explaining something. So you make a distance of 4 feet to around 18 feet. So these are some distances. You can preserve this thing in your mind. You can understand. And why I'm talking about these distances? Because these distances is called as a smart distances. It can be said as a you are well formal person, well mannered person, the way you are speaking, the way you are expressing, the way you are trying to explain something. Okay, so few points we have eye contact about the looking when you watch something normally. So that's called the looking. When you're watching something, right? You're just paying attention, that's called the looking. And winking means, you know very well, when you want to say something, right? And but something which is different in is your mind, and you don't want to speak that. So you just wink sometime. By the winking, you indicate, yeah, there was something different. I will tell you later. I'll tell you after the entire session, after the meeting. You just wink, you just indicate a particular guy. So that's a way of making eye contact. But others, they also watch you, that you have winked to a particular person. That means there is something which is extra you have not shared. You would share after some time. In the same manner, we have got the word ogling. Ogling is when you're going in a functions. Okay, this word is very important when you go to any function, especially for the boys. So when you go any function or any concert or any place, crowded places. So many people, they watch the girls or women. Okay, Miss Girls is coming watching like this, in that manner. And that's called the ogling. Okay. Sometimes I don't know about the girls, they also might be doing this thing, like watching the boys, and the boys coming and watching like this. Miss, he's not watching you or she's not watching you, but you are watching. That's called the ogling. You know that you are watching, but you're not aware about the others. They're also watching you. That they are watching that you are watching another girl or boy. That's called the ogling. In the same manner, staring, you're talking to someone and you do not blink, you just have one expression and you just keep watching that guy. It's called the staring. That shows that you are trying to scare that guy. Okay, sometimes you need to blink, sometimes you need to sometimes you need to dower your eyes so that other can be comfortable. Especially the leaders, whenever they go to meet strangers for convincing, okay, they just go, they do in this way, and they just watch your eyes in that way, right? And they also tell something about please vote for me like this, and also try this. So this kind of expressions, that's called the staring. Okay, Abraham, I request you please mute yourself. Okay, the next. Okay, Abraham. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So I was talking about the staring, then gazing. Gazing is you're not showing anger. Okay, you are just gazing. This one point, just keep watching for 30 seconds or 1 minute continuous. All right. Miss others, they feel uncomfortable. Miss when you gaze someone, keep watching that guy continuous and that person becomes uncomfortable. He's just move from that place, somehow get chance to go. Okay, so that's called the gazing. In the same manner, blinking. Blinking is when you are uncomfortable. You are here, right? You have to stay here for 1 hour or 2 hours or 30 minutes for some time, right? And you just listen and you're not comfortable. You have some problems. So you start blinking your eyes like in that manner, like okay. So that's called the blinking. So it has also kind of expressions. It has also some messages. All right. If you're doing something, so and a speaker he knows that you're blinking, so he would definitely ask you that, are you okay? Are you comfortable right now here? So he'll make you calm. Just have calm or have a glass of water, relaxed. Okay, or you can go outside, then come back here. Okay, so these are some expressions and eye contact. You know very well that's very important. Yeah, and if you talk about the person who speaks with the audience, he has some messages, then it's trying to explain something. So that moment, you need to make eye contact with people, almost people. How much you are able to make eye contact with people, that much you would be able to connect to the audience. If audience is at least frontline audience, you can make eye contact. If you have crowd, if you have a lot of people are there, around more than 100 people, so you cannot make eye contact with all the people, but you can make eye contact with few people. Or you can also indicate people by their color shirts or what kind of colors they have wear. You can indicate them or you can ask some questions. So in this way, you can make a good relationship with the audience. Audience will not feel bored. So that's all about the eye contact. Now we are moving to the next part. Okay, cheeks. So cheeks, there's also some categories: pinkish, reddish, gray, yellow, swollen, stretchy, and shriveled. It expresses shyness, shame, fear, anger, sickness, fitness, happiness. Right. So the first part, pinkish. So many times you have seen the girls or boys, not boys, with the voice is very fair, so you can understand. It's normally Indian, we are normal, right? So girls, especially for the girls, right? If they have some pinkish face, so that means they are feeling shy. So that's called the pinkish face. If they are feeling shy, they have something they want to, they are not able to say something, or they are smiling by their expressions, by their showing some pinkish face. So that's called the pinkish face. If they are feeling shy, they are not comfortable. In the same manner, we have got the reddish, is feeling shame. They have done something bad, unexpected things, and now they are feeling shame. They are in front of you. So by the reddish face, you can understand, yeah, there is something. It's feeling shame, is embarrassed or she is embarrassed. The same manner, we have got the gray. It's about the fear. Someone is scared of, yes, some fear, especially kids. The next point, we have got the yellow. So symbol of anger. If somebody is angry, so his face becomes yellow. Swollen, stretchy, and straightened. It's a symbol of your fitness, your sickness, your happiness. It's generally, it is when you have some problem, you're not well, you're not healthy, so you get some swollen in your face, or your face is stretchy or shriveled when you have some problem. Okay, so that's about the expressions of cheeks. Now we are moving to the next part. Okay, smiling, tightness. I've already experienced these things: smiling and tightness, wrinkles, friendship, worry, anger. Lips has also some expressions. You all must be knowing about it. Okay, by the lips, you also convey all your messages, whatever is in your mind, by the lips. Many people you have experienced, you have seen that they bite their lips, like in that way. All right, they bite their lips, or some other expressions they have of the lips. So those who are watching the lips movement, they can understand what kind of messages he has, or friendship, or worried, or anger. All right. So this is all about the lips movement, lips expressions. So why I'm talking about these things means all the part of your face, all the part that has some messages is your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead, your lips. It can tell the messages. Then head. Okay. Whenever you are trying to speak something, so try to avoid shaking your more head. All right. Whenever you are speaking, when something is important, so that moment only use your head. Otherwise, try to make it direct, and when which is important for you or some others, then only just nod your head. Nodding, shaking, or bending, these all are almost same things. Okay, hold your head high and tight. So that means sometimes do not use in that way. Do not bend it. All right, it should be like in that way, straight, straight. It should be straight. Almost whenever you are trying to, whenever you are explaining something, when you are expressing yourself. Okay, it should be in that like this way, tighten and high. Okay, that's about the head. Now posture. Posture means how you are sitting, how you are standing, how you are walking. All right, so I've also told the last session about the defensive mode and attacking mode. Okay, when you close your hands in that way, okay, when you close your hands, so you just are in the defensive mode. Defensive mode means you are not ready to speak something, you're not even ready to answer, you just can listen, and that's it. You would try to save yourself. That's called the defensive mode. And when your hands are on your waist, like in that way, okay, on your waist, so that means you are in the position of attacking. Okay, you are ready to attack on someone. So that's called the different kind of posture, means defensive mode and attacking mode. All right. So sitting, you know very well that you need to sit straight way. Do not bend your body. Standing in the same manner, just walk straight way. Walk slowly when you are speaking something to someone. And the laying way is when you are lying somewhere where public is there, or in some religious functions or some other places when you get chance to take some rest. So how you need to lie yourself. This, it must not look awkward or awful to others the way you are lying. All right. So this is all about the posture.